These are two examples with the full-size contract on the top here and the mini on the bottom. So what this is really just a sliding scale that gives you a quick reference guide to how many contracts you can trade based upon the risk that the trade requires. So again, talking about that whole know what your risk is before you take your trade, here's a great example. So if we look at this table here, we can see that the average is around 30 ticks, and the account size here in this example is 100,000, and the top row is the 3% risk, bottom row is 2%, or excuse me, middle row is 2%, and the bottom row is 1%. So if I feel that I only want to risk 2% of my overall NAV on my account, and the trade itself requires a risk of 30 ticks per contract, I'm going to only take 6 contracts on that trade. Whereas it's very, very low risk on the trade, and I feel I'm willing to risk 3% simply because of I'm very confident in the trade or whatever. And 20 tick risk per contract, I'm going to take 15 contracts. Confidence, it's going to crush you. So you have to obviously operate logically rather than emotionally, especially when dealing with your trade and looking. Don't look at your P&L if you don't have to. It's going to just mess you up. If anything, keep track of how many trades you're doing per day, how many you're right, wrong, or maybe have some sort of a limitation as far as max loss, whether it be number of trades or some sort of monetary amount. But don't just stare at it, your P&L there. It'll just make you emotional there. If the research and hypothesis is proven wrong for the day, react accordingly, or close down the trading for the day and just go reassess what went wrong. A great example is I pretty much have a kind of hard rule is if I'm wrong 3 trades in a row, and I'm not seeing the market correctly, and rather than inflicting more damage, it's probably best just to shut it down and then come back after the market closes and assess what went wrong and learn from it, and then just start fresh the next day. You don't need to destroy your account in one day. It's just that's one of the things a lot of guys end up doing is they blow their account up. And why did they do that? Well, all the things I have listed here is emotional trading.